So at this stage, we have Cursor, local development, we have GitHub, version control, our remote repository, and now we're going to connect Vercel. Remember I said we need to square all of this away before we start development? This is what we're doing now. So Vercel is a beautiful host, the best in my opinion. They are also the creators of Next.js, so it just makes sense that we'll be using Vercel. Let's jump in and have a look. So we can see a line between GitHub and Vercel. And this is going to be an automated process. When we're in Cursor, after we finished building a feature, we're going to git push to GitHub. Here it goes. And once it hits GitHub, that will be automatically deployed to Vercel so we can test it on a live web link and not localhost. This means that we can invite collaborators and our team to actually use the app and test it as part of the testing process. Let's jump into Vercel. So go ahead, create your account, and I'll see you on the other side. So you logged into Vercel, and your interface should look very similar to mine. And we have various options to be able to start projects. We're obviously going to use the import project option so we can add a repo from our Git provider. So make sure that you do have GitHub open in the current browser and then click import. Next, we select our Git provider. We're using GitHub. And then it says that we need to install the GitHub application. Let's go ahead. From here, I'm just going to select all repositories. That's absolutely fine, and install. With that done, it can now pull in all of our Git repositories, and we can finally click the import button. Let's have a look at the options. So project name is Serif. Don't change it, keep it the same. The framework preset is already set to Next.js. And we can simply hit deploy. Now notice this doesn't say setup or confirm or create, it says deploy. So we're deploying our GitHub project to a web address. Now, as this is going through the motions, just wanted to confirm something. Deploy to a web address, like I've said, doesn't mean that now the world can see your project. No, you have to be logged into your Vercel account to be able to view it. Much later on, we'll be deploying to the web. But for now, it's behind a login, and we can test the project as we'd like because we have access to it only. Okay, brilliant. Well, there it is there. I can see a preview of it. Remember, the same as localhost. If I scroll down, it says next steps. Instant previews, push a new branch to preview changes instantly. We can add a domain, which we'll do later, and a few other things. Let's continue to the dashboard. Guys, and here we go. Vercel has created a temporary domain for us that we can switch out later with our actual domain. Here it is here. Perfect. We're now live on the web. So we'll be working on localhost day to day, lesson to lesson, section through section. But whenever we commit changes to GitHub, those changes will also be reflected on this web address. So we can use it as an actual user would and share it with our teammates. So going back to this diagram one last time, we've set up the link between Cursor and GitHub. We can now git push to GitHub. When we do that, a deployment is automatically pushed to Vercel to the internet, which is behind a login for now. Only we can access it. But later on, we can deploy our project onto our own custom domain and make it publicly available. All right, guys, we've done some fantastic work. Thank you for getting through these last few lessons. They're not as fun. It's just sort of setup work, but this is the way we develop. This is the professional approach. And finally, we can head back to Cursor and actually start making some progress in our project. I'll see you in the next lesson.